Good morning. So today is the day I'm going to switch over to the QR2, and I thought I'd just do it on camera, change the shaft. So first steps first. I did a lot of driving yesterday, because the wheelbase has just been returned from repair, and seems to be working spot on. So that's why I'm doing it today. Can't wait to try the QR2. So here we are. Now, first thing, kill the power. So I've hit the stop switch to make sure that no power accidentally goes to it. And then the next thing you want to do to remove the shaft is just to undo the collar. A bolt each side of the clamp. And so let's undo that. Hopefully you can see what's going on okay. Just about, yeah, it's just about in shot. Sorry, it's not the best camera angle. So assuming these have been torqued down, they are going to be quite tight. Let's try the other one. There we go, that's moving slightly. Just take your time. Don't go mad and strip their head. Right, so now this is moving. Give it a few turns and then hopefully the other side will be easier to undo then. Okay, that's it. So now that's loose. The other side should just come undone. There we go. Right. So what you want to do now is just gently pull the shaft out. Now there's no rush to do it fast. And what you need to do is to turn it anti-clockwise while you're slowly pulling it out, because these two wires are coiled up to draw them in neatly. It says for you to turn it about 10 times when you're putting the new one on. So don't pull this hard because you don't want to put stress on these wires. So here we go. So just, you can see that these are coiled up. Just keep undoing them until there we go, until you've got them in hand. So I've got this has come in handy for all sorts. I don't know how well you can see that. Try and focus. There you go. It's called a caster click remover tool. Anyone who's raced radio control cars over the years will probably have seen one of these. It's come in handy for loads of things. So like if the cable does go, the short one goes back in the base, I can just gently pull it back out. So handy little tool to have. Okay, so we have just got to gently squeeze the little tab. You shouldn't need too much force on these. If it's stiff, then just give it a wiggle while you're holding the little tab, and it should just pop out. So there we go. Right, now I'm going to hold these two up so that they're next to each other. So they are, I'd say they're almost the exact same length, or they might actually be the exact same length. So yeah, it'd be nice not to have to. I'll miss the look of the gold, because I do like the look of the gold nut on it, but yeah, it'd be nice to not have to tighten the nut every time I change a wheel. So the different colours, what you need to do is take the longer cable, attach it to the short cable on the base. It's very important that you get this the right way around. So just give it a wiggle, push it in till it clicks. and then the long cable from the base goes to the short cable on the shaft. There you go, nice little click. Now I'm just going to shine the torch down the shaft because I want to see if it's still coiled up in there. No, that's good. So what we do now is just slowly rotate these so that's without any coils on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll slowly feed it back into the base now. 8. 9. Oh, hang on. You don't want them to go in exactly side by side, that's why they're different lengths, so that they have their own space to manoeuvre in the shaft. So okay. It's just starting to go in now. There we go. So that's gone all the way in. You want to make sure it goes all the way in. Right, now the collar, it's got 2 cutouts, so it's got one here and then one here, and when you look at the shaft it's also got 2 cutouts, one on each opposite side. You want the collar's cutouts to align with the cutouts on the shaft, so that when you clamp the collar down it pinches it and locks on. So also, as well as lining that up, don't let this collar sit up against the base, because there's a little filter there that allows air to go in, so that it can cool itself, and it draws air through the front and out the back. So you don't want that to be blocked, so pull the collar forward so it touches the shaft, and then you've got a nice gap then for the air, for it to cool. And you also want to tighten up the collar the same rough amount each side, so that there's the same gap. So let's just double check that I am lined up. There we go, that's lined up on both sides. I'm going to tighten this one down because this side is the one that I undid a few turns, so there's a bit more of a gap on this side. So this is the one to tighten down. Remember to just take your time, there's no rush. It also tells you to tighten it down if you've got a small torque wrench. What is it, 10 Newton meters is it, or 8 or 10? Yeah. So in the instructions it says to tighten it down to 10 Newton meters, but I can take a rough guess at what 10 is, because I'm used to torquing down bolts with torque wrenches. I just haven't got a small one to use for this. Right, so I'll just tighten up a little bit more. Don't want to go too crazy. Yeah. Just give it one more little pull. There we go. Right, so hopefully that should do the trick. Right, let's pull the emergency stop button out, and so first thing is to, right, let's attach the wheel. So I'll drag the Fanatec control panel over to the center screen when I've fitted it. Yeah, solid as a rock. Nice. Okay. Let's power on and see what happens. We'll have to recalibrate the centre because we've removed the shaft. Anytime you take the shaft out, doesn't matter whether it's the QR1 or 2, when you pull it back on, you'll need to recalibrate the centre. Alright then, so it is powered on. Now I'm going to bring the Fanatec control panel up. Okay, that's it. Yeah, there's no update. I thought there might be an update to do, but there isn't. So let's just do turn the wheel to center and click center. So let's just do that roughly. Wheel center calibrated. All right then. Now let's go for a little drive just to see how it feels. I mean, it won't feel any different, I wouldn't have thought, because anytime I've used this wheel in the past, I've used the bolt to lock it down because of it having a lot of wiggle. Oh, that's so nice not having to do anything. Right, just move the box. Grab some gloves. Right. Now let's just go for a little drive. let the Porsche for a spin since seeing as we're on the Porsche wheel. Right, just load Fanalab. Because I know Fanalab's going to not auto-load the right profile. Two. Okay. Oh, I just thought I need to load up the actual wheel. Controls. 911 wheel, I think this. Yeah, this will be the one. I'll need to reassign all the buttons. Right. Straight away. Oh, that feels great. It's absolutely rock solid. There's nothing, no movement there, and not having to put a screw in, because I was always worried about the screw stripping, because I know changing wheels a lot, it would eventually strip. So, yeah. Absolutely solved that issue 100%. Question is it worth it? Well, that's kind of up to you. Only you know if going to the QR2 is worth it for you. I mean, let's I mean, that is so nice how easy that comes off. Yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. Just literally, it is solid. It comes off so easy. So what I'll do now is I'm going to switch this over to my Formula wheel, because the Porsche wheel is not the one that I use all the time. Although I might use it for tonight, maybe. I'm using a Porsche tonight. But yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. Just 2 bolts, uncoil the cables, connect it up, coil them back up, and then recenter your wheel. I mean, price wise, is it worth the cost? Because once I paid the tax and the handling fee for that and the Pro wheel side quick release, just one of them, it came to about £310, which is a hell of a lot. I mean, all the new bases, and if you buy a DD1 or 2 now, they are going to come with this. I think they come with this as standard, looking at if I'm reading the website right. So yeah, great if you're buying a new base. Whether it's worth this if you've got a lot of wheels to convert, it's going to be expensive. I mean, I'd need to buy another 3. Now, I wouldn't buy the Pro one again. I just wanted one of them. I mean, they're about 200 quid. The regular metal one is about 100. So at that price, that's okay. I'd say only get the Pro if you've got money to burn, and if you just have to have the gold to match the gold paddles, because I mean, it does look good. I mean, absolutely, it does. It does look stunning, and it is just so nicely made. But you pay a price for that, and it's too expensive for this, I personally think. But it's one of those things. It's not something that you'd need. It's just a nice to have. I would personally convert all your wheels using the regular black one, because it's 100 quid. It's half the price. So like, instead of being £300, you're going to end up spending about 200 for that and a regular, and they're going to function exactly the same. I mean, I might buy one of the black ones to compare and put on another wheel, but they are going to functionally be exactly the same. It's just that this is going to look a bit nicer, and they say it's got a coating on there to make it smoother to engage. I don't know if you would actually feel that or not, but that's what they say. So yeah, it's brilliant, but it's also very expensive for what it is. Just to convert one wheel, £300 is it's a lot. It really is. And if you're lucky and your DD1 doesn't have lots of play, I mean, putting the bolt in to lock it down is fine. If you're just using one wheel for long periods of time, then I mean, you're not going to really notice if you've just got the bolt in. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I won't be converting all my wheels, because I probably won't stay in the Fanatec ecosystem for much longer. I've been itching to try another brand. Not that I'm unhappy with Fanatec. I do love their products. But the DD1 now is starting to show its age, and it's not as smooth as even the DD Pro when you just slowly turning it. And like everybody, most of the people I race with have moved over to Assetto now, and I wouldn't mind trying that, or Simicube or something when I can afford it. It'll be a while yet. So hopefully the old DD1 will serve me for a while longer yet, without any problems, now that it's been fixed. And I'm rambling, so yeah, that's about it. That's everything I've got to share with it so far. If I have any problems with it while I'm using it, I'll make a video of it and share it with you. But hopefully it'll be fine. Hopefully there'll be no problems. So thanks very much for coming, and I'm going to do some practice. So take care. See you soon.